All right, here we are set up. I am going to show you how to play Parks and Potions. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the field board out in the middle of the table. You're going to put a marker at the one spot for roll, a marker at the one spot for day. You're going to shuffle up the objective cards and deal out 3. You're then going to deal 3 cards to each player to have face up in front of them. If the card has this little extract symbol on it, then you are going to grab an extract token and place it on that card. You're going to put the dice by the central board. You have 2 basic and 2 specialty dice. You're going to make a display or a supply of all the different potions by the board. You can separate them by color if you want. I just have a big old pile because that looks pretty cool. I've already mentioned them. You're going to put the extract tokens on the extract spot of the field board. You are going to determine a first player and give them the first player badge. You're going to have each person get a player inventory board. So these all have a special power. So you're going to basically mix them up and deal 1 to each player for their inventory. Finally, of your objective cards you are given, you're going to choose one of them to pass to the player to your left. You are now ready to begin. So the game is going to be played over 5 days, 6 days if you're playing a 5-player game. And how a day is going to work is you are going to be gathering potions by rolling the dice. You are going to be completing the objectives utilizing the potions you have gathered. And then you are going to basically refresh your objectives down here and then advancing the round, playing until the end game. Whoever has the most points is the winner. So to start the round, whoever has the first player captain's badge is going to roll the 4 dice so everyone can see them. Everyone in turn is going to select up to 2 of the potions from the colors rolled and adds them to their inventory. So if you look at the potions, they have a color that matches. There's also a symbol that matches. So this would be the white dot or white one. This is the gray one. That's a red potion and a blue potion. So you would simply find the potions you want. You're going to want to kind of look at your objectives and match there. So, this one's going to want a blue. So let me go ahead and grab the blue. This one's going to have a white. So let me go ahead and grab the white and place them in your inventory. At this point, I will mention there are free actions you can be taking while you're doing this to make sure you have enough room for your potions, with you only be able to hold 6. And that is that you can mix potions. So had I had the red and blue on my board and needed to make room, I could combine them to grab a purple. But so after the person does the first roll, we're going to move it to roll 2. You are going to repeat this process 3 times. So once everyone has collected their potions and they are ready to move to the next one, which is completing objectives. So when you complete objectives, you're just going to have to spend the potions that are listed on the bottom. When you complete the card, you're going to place it off to the side to basically be scored at the end of the game. And you're going to only do this once all 3 rolls are done. You will not be doing this between rolls. So in this instance, I have a couple of options. So I could complete this one by using those potions. Or I could look at this one here, and I have my yellow, I have my white, I have my gray, and then it can be 2 of any potions. Or here I could even use my green and 2 as well. Another example of what would be feasible if I want to complete more than 1 is I could use these 2 here, combine these 2 to form a green, and then I'd have this one where I could accomplish that one as well. But let's say I spent all of my potions and accomplished this one. I would get the extract token. Again, this one comes off to the side if you want to turn it down, however you want to do, but that's going to score at the end of the game. And then I have this extract token. Once you get the extract token, this does not take room in your inventory. At any time, I can turn this extract token in for a potion of whatever I want. So I could use that then to immediately fill up another and satisfy another card if I wanted to. After everyone is done fulfilling objectives, you are going to move into the refresh objectives phase. So at this time, the first player, as their first action, can choose to refresh the market. If they choose not to refresh the market, no one else is allowed to do it. And then people are going to then be refreshing their objectives. You can either select a card from the field, in which case it is refilled immediately. You can blind draw from the top of the deck, or you can replace a card you own from the previous round. So basically, if I say I don't want this one, I am going to simply take this. I'm going to place this on the bottom of the deck and then draw one from the deck to replace it. And then say I grab this card right there like so and lay that down. Once everyone has refreshed their objectives, you are going to advance the round marker to the next day. And then you'll also advance the first player marker to the next player. After 5 days, you are going to get into end game scoring. You are going to be scoring points based on your animals. You are going to be getting set bonuses for each card after the first card in the same biome is +1 points. So looking at this right here, this would be 2, 4. This is an additional 1, so that'd be an additional point. You are going to be getting sets for a biome bonus, which is a set of 3 cards that has 1 animal from each biome, and that's an additional 2 points. So for instance, I have the water, the air, and the land, the forest, however you want to say it, but you have these 3, so that would be an additional 2 points. And then you're going to look at your experiment cards, and they're going to give you points for your extract tokens. And your extract tokens can be used for multiple experiment cards. So if I had both of these cards and these 2 extract tokens, I'd be getting 2 points from this card and 6 points from that card. I will point out also you do have this special ability. You can use this once per game. After you choose to use it, you'll simply flip your card over and not have access to it, but still have your normal inventory. Really quick, I want to touch on one of the gameplay variants. It is a competitive drafting one. Instead of rolling the dice to get potions, what's going to happen is you are going to reach in and you are going to draw out 2 potions per player. So in this instance, say it's a 2-player game, I have drawn out 4 potions. You are then going to perform what is considered a snake draft. So let's go ahead and say this is player 1 and this is player 2. What would happen in a snake draft is this player would select a potion, this player would select a potion, this player would select a potion again, and then this person would get the last of them. Same thing if it's a 3-player game, it'd be basically player 1, player 2, player 3, player 3, player 2, player 1. So it snakes back around. You would do this 3 times, so you basically would have the option of getting 3 potions. Again, kind of like how it is when you roll the dice. Everything else plays the same. I will mention there is also a co-op mode, which does change the rules up slightly. A lot of it's still played, except you're going to remove the experiments. You're going to be having the players in front of them with certain animals turned urgent, and they'll be going from urgent to possibly critical, so forth and so on. And when you heal animals, you have to select certain biomes. It can't be whatever. There are also solo modes here as well. I will include a link to my solo play up above. I'm going to be doing the solo mode challenges, not the mastery mode. The mastery mode is basically similar to the co-op version. So that is the basics of how to play Parks and Potions. If you could go ahead and head down below and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Let me know what your favorite animal is that you would want to make a potion for. Also down there is a link to Miniature Market. If you use that link to purchase goods or games, then we do get a portion of those sales back to the channel. Alrighty, so get out there and get mixing.